Unfortunately, here we go again. And Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock of Georgia spoke on the Senate floor yesterday following the shooting in his home state.
I think that the unspoken assumption is that this can't happen to me. This won't happen to me. It won't happen to people that I love. But with a mass shooting every day, the truth is the chances are great. I shudder to say it, but the truth is, in a real sense, is only a matter of time that this kind of tragedy comes knocking on your door. As a pastor, I'm praying for those who are affected by this tragedy, but I hasten to say that thoughts and prayers are not enough. And in fact, it is a contradiction to say that you are thinking and praying and then do nothing. It is to make a mockery of prayer.
Senator Warnock will be our guest later this morning. And Joe, to his point, I mean, this is the game Republicans are playing with guns and not addressing the issue. Perhaps at a time like this, they would say you shouldn't talk politics. At a time that there was a shooting, you hear it again and again and again. But similar, abortion, health care for women, where you have women sitting in hospitals or actually sitting at home waiting for fetuses, babies that they are trying to have that might end up killing them because they have abnormalities and they won't make it. And this is happening to real people across America, and it will happen to a Republican come to a home near you at some point, whether it's a shooting or a massive health care crisis where a woman cannot save her own life.
Well, it has.
Because of what they have done.
Well, I mean, it has. As far as the shootings go, most of the shootings are in red states. I mean, most of the shootings are where there are the most guns. There are the most guns in red states. You look at the numbers. Sam, again, I just, for people that have just started following news in the past few years and they think it's normal. Yeah. For there to be a shooting in Texas yesterday, a mass shooting in Texas, a mass shooting in Georgia yesterday, a mass shooting in Texas a couple of days ago. Cheerleaders getting shot to death when they go into the wrong cars. College students getting shot in the back when they go into the wrong driveways. Young men being shot at doors when they're going to pick up their twin brothers. It hasn't always been this way. In fact, since Sandy Hook, the number of people who have died from guns has doubled. Right. This is a choice. Yeah. This is a choice that Republicans, along with gun manufacturers, along with gun lobbyists, have made. And every time there is a slaughter, they cynically say they're coming to get your guns, buy more guns. And so guns just are completely flooded our culture. And people are getting shot. And by the way, I said it a couple of days ago, if we just reported on road rage incidences where somebody got cut off on an interstate on 95 and somebody else started shooting, we'd be talking for hours a day about that. Yeah. It's a gun culture, and it's a problem unique to the United States in these numbers.
It's incredibly true. What's striking is the reasons for the shooting. I mean, we've always had guns. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we have more guns, but now it's just minor provocations that are leading to mass shootings.
Yes.
The wrong doorbell. Yeah. The wrong driveway. I mean, we are resolving our fights.
Right.
That was the
my God.
To ask a neighbor to just chill out a little bit with the firing of the AR-15.
Don't shoot your AR-15 in your front yard.
Please. So clearly it's both an issue of the number of guns and our collective decision that we can resolve our disputes with guns. I would just say, the senator obviously is dealing with a huge tragedy today, but I quibble with one thing he said. He said the conventional wisdom is this can't happen to me. I actually think that's no longer the case. I know plenty of associates and friends and family members who no longer can go to a mass attended event, a concert, even a supermarket, without having panic attack about what would happen if a shooter walked through the door, looking to find where the exit would be if need be, that you have to run. And so I don't think we are at the point where we're saying this can't happen to me. I think collectively we're getting to the point where we say, how do we flee if this does happen?
I completely agree. I mean, who walks into a mass event without thinking about that? An open air, let's say, art show or a sporting event where they're not screened, or a grocery store or anything, because you're seeing it, Jackie.
The collective stress that
all the time, right? And Jackie, again, parents who now are afraid to send their kids to school for good reason, because they're hearing about active shooter drills that their 6-year-old children are having to take in first grade. It's insanity.
There's a reason why upwards of 80% of Americans are in favor of universal background checks, despite the Republican blockade against passing anything further than the package that was recently passed, which I guess was enhanced background checks for people under the age of 21. But these two issues, I hate to be the person to jump immediately to the political ramifications of these policies or lack thereof, but Republicans are already warning that these two issues, abortion and gun control, are going to be the death knell for Republicans going into 2024 if they can't become a bit more centrist and moderate. I'm currently working on a profile of Nancy Mace, who's been one of the lone Republican voices on this issue, on finding some common ground with Democrats in some way. She trashed Ron DeSantis' 6-week ban on abortions that he signed in the dead of the night, that has no exceptions for rape, incest, or health of mothers. She has also said that Republicans can't continue to just call for thoughts and prayers. They need to find some ways to work with Democrats to do something to stop these spat of shootings, and that this just can't be the norm.
And the